Hello, this is Jeremiah Rush.
Meredith Manis.
And Kim Moore.
We have our social studies supervisors from the Metroplex going to explain the Frisco ISD journey in social studies and literacy. Take it away.
Content. And one of the things that was focused on is the inquiry model for social studies, which kind of patterns after what they're doing in ELAR in regards to the Reader's Workshop and Writer's Workshop. This is sort of a similar model, so it wouldn't be foreign to teachers and students as they go forward.
Tools for supporting personalized learning.
Is the connection to literacy, but the amount of student choice. And the pre-assessment was really a strong piece because then students can understand their own direction, teachers can know where to go, and lead.
I'll move around the table. All right, having a third grader at home, I understand that having student choice is a big part of them actually being excited about school. And what they've demonstrated, the learning and the way that students demonstrate their learning here, actually, I think will make students excited about learning social studies.
I really enjoyed seeing the learning pathways and how students could pick their own choices and their path, and I love the fact that it was color-coded. That made it easy for kids to know what path am I going to start on based upon that pre-assessment.
I enjoyed learning about the learning pathways, not only the content of it, but the structure, using how they created it in a format that is accessible for the youngins. And if it's accessible for the elementary students, we definitely can take it and format it in a pathway for the secondary students as well.
Okay, so we have the writing rubric, and we learned that in order to write the rubric, we have a combination of ELAR and social studies standards that were embedded to make this rubric very full and effective. And then we also learned that everybody in grades 6 through 12 uses the same rubric, so that way the skills can build on each other. And we also learned that when they were rolling it out, they gamified it, and they also chunked it into smaller pieces, so that way and focusing on the fact that teachers need to use the rubric and not just sit in a PD and learn about it.
Before, we looked at the curriculum writing process and what they were able to produce to help their teachers with this cross-curricular writing. The first thing that they did was they had the coordinators came together and looked at the social studies topics and see how they matched up with different ELAR topics and working towards those cross-curricular connections. And they were able to develop these for each of the 9 weeks. Then what they had the facilitators and coordinators do is develop 4 exemplar lessons that could be used cross-curricular for ELAR and social studies. So they would take those topics that were kind of discussed, and then they'd write out a detailed lesson plan that would have the ELAR teacher teaching some of it, the lesson, and then it would switch into what the U.S. history teacher would do in this case. The facilitators and specialists were able to create 4 different exemplar lessons that could be used throughout the year.
So we learned 3 things about teacher PD in Frisco ISD. Number 1, they utilize a cohort structure where secondary teachers get together and brainstorm and develop ideas to integrate literacy into social studies instruction. Number 2, they utilize those very same teachers to facilitate PD so that what they do gets out to the masses. And number 3, they work to calibrate examples and exemplars of what they've worked to support so that people don't just know what they're doing, they know what it looks like when they do it well. A couple questions that we still have is, how do you incentivize teachers to want to join cadres like this? And are any of these positions in either the cadres, curriculum writing, or PD support paid? And a conclusion we came up with is they're successful because they distribute leadership across the district, relying on teacher leaders to be the engine that drives everything.
We're in Frisco ISD learning about their literacy plan, and in our station we learned about the 4 strategies that they rolled out this year: 2 writing, 2 reading, and the importance of everybody being on the same page. We learned a lot. Good work, Frisco.
Wow, thank you guys so much for sharing all of your learning today. If you'd like to learn more about our journey here at Frisco ISD, you can follow us on Twitter.
And shout out to Keith Hughes for the idea of the DV quilt.
Thank you for watching.